Guys, welcome to the video. My name is Jay Flatout. As you probably already know, I recently released a video explaining the best leveling kit available for the Ram 1500. Now, it got mixed reviews. A lot of people said I was crazy for putting such an expensive kit on the truck. A lot of people said I was ridiculous for even considering such an expensive kit. So, today we're going to delve in and find out, is $4,000 too much to spend on a King suspension system? Seen yet a little while ago, CJC Off Road hooked me up with these Carly suspension upper control arms and these King 2.5 leveling coilovers for the Ram 1500. Now, if you're wondering if it's worth it, obviously I can't decide if it's in your budget, but the leveling system I have runs about $3,800. The upper control arms are about $600, so you're right around $4,400. If that is not in your price range and you want to save some time, I will tell you right now, the Fox 2.0 coilover kit is about $2,000 cheaper, and it's also a great system. But if you want to be a Mac daddy like Jay Flatout and have the best, toughest Ram 1500 on the streets, this might be the system for you. You got to keep watching. So in reality, I could bore you all day long with technical specifications, reasons why on paper and scientifically this is the best suspension you can buy. But in reality, what it comes down to is it worth the money? And like I always say in these videos, that is really down to the consumer. If you have $4,000 in disposable income, you want something that's essentially a 6,000 to 8,000 pound race car with a huge interior, then I absolutely think it's worth it. I'm gonna go and take this on a drive, and we're gonna really hit this canyon road in a couple of minutes, and you're gonna see how the truck reacts to being thrown around corners and how the suspension actuates. And if that's something that you're interested in, then I absolutely think this is worth it. Like I said a little earlier, if it's a little bit out of price range, but you still want something great, the Fox 2.0 system is a great alternative. It is what I have on the Ram 3500, so I can't really talk downly about it because I have the King suspension and the Fox suspension. Now, if we compare it to Bilstein, you're talking about a much higher class of suspension here and really uncomparable. Obviously, like the Ram Mopar factory leveling kit is frankly a piece of shit, and anything like rough country, any leveling pucks, you guys already know how I feel about those. Thumbs down. Now that it's just us in the truck, we can talk man to man. Now, I will admit this is an expensive bit of kit, but of course, in anything automotive, you always get what you pay for. That is obviously why a GTR costs more than a Honda Civic, a Lamborghini costs more than a Miata, and so on and so forth. You know, I do have a lot of things about this truck that I really, really do like. There are one constructive criticism that I can think of off the top of my head that I would change if I had designed it, but if there's no room for improvement, then what kind of review is it? So this suspension makes a tremendous difference over stock. It handles corners amazingly and fluidly. It handles road bumps and hazards with a breeze. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that I can throw this truck around any corner within my driving ability, and the body roll will not cause me to slip out. Now, tires, another story, road surface, another story, but as far as the suspension, I think it's absolutely outstanding. However, this is where my constructive criticism comes into play. Now, the diesel is a very, very heavy engine, and this is obviously a Ram 1500 sized pickup truck. So if you guys remember in the Ram 3500, when I leveled it 2.5 inches, it sat slightly nose high. I'll put a picture here for those of you who haven't seen it. But on this application, because the truck is a lot shorter and because there's even less weight on the rear, it does sit a little rear high, which personally I'm not a fan of. one of the great things is the Kings are gas adjustable, so you can change the PSI on the nitrogen that's inside them. But if you go much below 150 PSI, it gives you like a clunking noise. So I'm still fine-tuning the suspension for my desires. If you tow a lot, or if you don't care that it still has a slight rear rake, it's perfect for you out of the box. But I'm kind of picky with stance. I'm one of those guys who's really particular about how the truck looks. So for me, I want to make sure that I raise the nose slightly or lower the back a little bit. I got a lot of interesting comments on the original video about the Rough Country kit, and to be frank, the Rough Country kit is an off-the-shelf aesthetic only leveling kit. I would never take that off-road. I would never do anything legitimate with that kit because it's simply not what it's designed for. At least with King, you know, you're getting race-proven technology, you're getting the top-of-the-line products, the top-of-the-line tuning, but it does come with a hefty price tag. And the point of today's video is that really worth it? I think yes. I think if you want the best, you have to buy the best, you know, and frankly, the King kit is the best. And if anybody can challenge me with a Ram leveling kit that's above the quality of the King, let me know. We'll figure out how to test it. As we're going around this corner, I just want to distract you for a minute. If I really lay into it, I know you can't see the road in front of us, but I'm gonna go around this corner, 55 round a corner in a level truck, going downhill. Get a nice, you know, I feel a little bit from the tires, but gives you a really nice feedback. Make sure we're good here. Gives you a really nice feedback. There's not much body roll, and you know, I really couldn't be happier with the performance of these shocks. If you're kind of an excited driver but you love trucks, this is a great kit. Honestly, I can't dispute that this is a great kit. But anyway, back what I was saying before, you know, the King is a great option for city driving. Obviously, I had the coils with the shocks separated. This is a coilover kit, so it's a little bit different, but I really love this kit. It drives tremendously, it handles tremendously, even just when cruising. I've had other people in the vehicle tell me, like, this thing rides like a Cadillac, like, and with the Laramie interior, it's pretty much, it is a Cadillac with, you know, the utility of a pickup truck. Since I teased you guys with being able to adjust the suspension, and since I said I'm not thrilled with the stance how it is now, I've decided today's the day. Let's go down to CJC Off Road. We're gonna custom tune the shocks to my liking because I am picky AF when it comes to stance, to be frank. And even though the truck rides amazingly, I can still feel the back rake, and I gotta bring that back down. If I'm being completely honest, this was completely unplanned, but I decided to end up stopping by CJC Off Road and getting the front coilovers adjusted up a little bit just to take some of that rake out that I was talking about earlier. Now, going back to the comparison, the thing is the Kings are very easy to thread up and down to adjust the ride height, whereas the Foxes and others are not. So if you think that you're gonna be kind of a pain like me, kind of finicky, where you might wanna dial in your stance a little bit better, I would go with the Kings because they can be adjusted to some extent on the truck without having to take them off. If you want to adjust them at home, essentially what you do is just loosen this nut and then turn it here and just make sure this nut lines back up so you can put that locker back in. But as you can see, you got quite a lot of room to adjust them. I also had these fenders tacked up because I was rubbing just a little bit. The moment of truth is here. So what we ended up doing is we ended up putting the rear to 120 PSI of nitrogen, and then we raised the front coilovers one complete turn, and I think the stance is now perfect. I'll just have to wait and see if I can fit in my parking garage now. Pulled over for no rear license plate. Beverly Hills PD, I feel like I'm Alex Choi right now. I do have the paper registration, so I should be good, but we'll see what happens. Beverly Hills PD does not play. Oh, I just realized I did not finish the video, but couple great things. I went by Hoonigan also after, talked with those guys about potential partnerships and stuff in the future. Some stuff with Hoonigan might be coming soon, by the way. But the Kings ride amazingly. I'm a lot happier with the ride height now that we cranked the front up one turn. Thankfully, the Beverly Hills Police Department only gave me a warning, even though I didn't really do anything. I had the correct paperwork. I just don't use the license plate. I have like a promo plate on the back, and I have like registration on the inside. So it all worked out. I'm just editing, and that's pretty much it, guys. So like I said, the final story, if you stayed this long, thank you for watching. I think the Fox is great. I think the Kings are great. I would stick with those two. There's going to be a link to both those kits in the description below. Anything other than that, you're kind of flirting with disaster. But if you guys are interested, I will do an off-road video with the King kit and do like an off-road performance test and see how it performs. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. If not, please like the video and subscribe. Check out CJC Off Road. Thank you to them too for supporting the channel, helping me dial the truck in, and always putting up with my attention to detail. Guys, we'll see you in the next video.
Ryan Little. Yoga.